Give them a shot to do what?
All right, and we are live, The Divide Live, with special guest, special co-host of the day.
Hi.
Not so special because I feel like we're doing this on a weekly basis now.
Look, you know, these things come up, and I get tagged in.
Yeah,
I'm in the bullpen.
I'm so excited to be here with you, Natalie. This is amazing. I am Mike Powers, host of The Divide Live, here on Fox Sports The Gambler, with Natalie Aganoff.
Yes.
I'm so
Thanks.
scared that I say your name wrong.
Eganoff, it's okay.
Eganoff.
It takes some time.
It does.
It honestly takes some time, but I tell people it sounds like a breakfast sandwich.
Eganoff.
Eganoff.
I like that.
Like if you're going to get someday it will be one.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Maybe here. Who knows?
Oh.
Maybe, look, no pressure.
We need
no
an
pressure.
Eganoff. Dude, I would eat that. Well, today
Right?
in our meeting, you were late. Or not late.
No, I was not late today. I drove all the way to the office.
You did.
Left my laptop at home. Had to get right back in the car, drive all the way back to South Philly, and then come all the way back.
Were you there when our boss was talking about the egg bagel, everything bagel? Or
No.
whatever? Yeah, so we're gonna have this new drive where it's the everything bagel, and it's just everything pretty much like a poster board of anything information we have. It could be birthdays, it could be whatever. Throughout the iHeart. Yeah, so I was just man, I'm hungry now.
Yes.
But I told you I did not eat because Natalie, where we are right now is the grand opening of the Kibitz Room in King of Prussia, aka KOP.
KOP. This space, Mike, is insane.
It's so much fun.
It's huge in here.
Yeah.
I was talking to Jesse from Alt 1045 who invited us here. This is brand new baby.
It's amazing.
It could fit 250 people here.
That's insane.
I mean, obviously, you could tell there's so much space. We're going to try some of the food today. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look, it's staring at us right there in front of us right now.
It is. I can't wait.
And we're going to just talk and hang and talk to the lovely people here, and I can't wait. We already tested the pickle bar.
I know.
I went right for that.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I need some of those.
and Jesse made us some coffee, which was very much appreciated.
Yep.
And it tasted great.
Yeah.
I devoured mine. So far we're 2 for 2 here. Pretty amazing. Look, so brand new Jewish deli in KOP, which is amazing. Being from Brooklyn, I don't know if you know I'm from Brooklyn.
I do now.
we have a ton of delis throughout my childhood.
Yes.
And a lot of my experiences was a night out with my grandparents we got some sandwiches from the deli.
Yeah.
And then we sat in a park bench and just ate.
Yeah.
And it was experience you wouldn't imagine. It was just you didn't take it. That was our build up for our day.
Yeah.
So the minute I walked in here, you smell
felt like home.
The smell gave back so many memories. Just the freshness of the food. The quantity of the food is what's scaring me. And
that's a lot of food.
That's why I did not eat all day.
That's only a couple appetizers. We're gonna have a lot more where that comes from too.
It's unreal.
What's your go-to? Now, if we're taking a look at the Kibitz Room menu,
right?
You're walking in. You know nothing, right?
Yeah.
All you have with you are your memories of Brooklyn, right? And your grandparents on the bench.
Anything turkey, anything Reuben.
Okay, so
a turkey Reuben would be crazy.
Yeah.
Salami. You can't go wrong with the. Dude, it's just
There's so much to
all.
choose from.
Yeah.
There's so much to choose from. I can't wait to try it all.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try it all. Yes, it's awesome. And it's right near the mall, which is great too. The location is proper.
Yeah.
So if you're on 76, stuck on 76, east or west, going somewhere and, there's a traffic delay, which 99.9 times, on any given day at any given time, there will be one on 76. You get off at that exit and you come right here to the Kibitz Room and you eat their food, and there's plenty of space, there's plenty to drink, there's the pickle bar. I mean, it's going to be a really, really fantastic night here tonight for the grand opening.
People are commenting that they love you.
Tell them I said thank you.
So, and they're also saying, eat up Powers. I will, Nick. Fashionably late. Yes, when you're live, you never know what to expect.
Technical difficulties.
So we do appreciate it all, though. So
better late than never. Isn't that what they say?
Exactly. Like, we're here. Like, deal with it.
Yes, we're here. We're here. We're ready to go.
But
the Phils are on the telly, which I know. Well, you know what's funny, Mike, is I think about, when you and I first met, when I started iHeart a couple. Yes, a couple months ago. Well, no, we met before that.
No, I know. I'm just teasing. I love, like, when people remember when they first met.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, that's nice.
Well, I have this terrible provincial habit where I just assume everybody is a Philadelphia sports fan. And that's not the case.
I remember the daggers.
And I had to learn the hard way that was not the case for you.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting now that you and I are sitting here in the Kibitz Room.
Right.
About to share some, what do we got there? We got the...
I got the egg... Well, we're going to share it all. Egg rolls.
Egg rolls.
Yeah.
I got the krepla. We've got tons of food. But as we're about to share that, I'm sitting here thinking it's so funny that we're about to talk about Phillies Mets too.
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to
because it's like we met and I was like, oh, this guy's not a Philadelphia sports fan. And then...
It was so funny because, like, you were, like, adjacent to me. Like, you were here, and I was, like, over there. And, like, as soon as you found out I was a Met fan, it was like your neck broke. Like, you just stopped looking. Like, I was talking, and you were just like...
Because, I like to think that I can spot a Mets fan from a ways away. But you've had a couple good years, as have we. It hasn't been the best
People
for...
have humbled.
Humbled,
fans.
Yes. Yeah. I think the Phillies have humbled as well. Both teams. I mean, you look at the NL East as we're heating up. Now is the time where I get into it and I really start to look at what the team's doing. Like, it's this middle of June as we head into the All-Star break. Yeah. Kind of crunch down and see where we're at with both teams.
Yeah, I mean, look, we could be all knotted up at the end of this weekend, right? It's kind of crazy to think.
It's crazy. And I know some people are, especially in Philadelphia, are kind of not upset, but they're annoyed that the Mets are good. But I think it's good. It's great to finally have some competition.
And it's not even that. Like, how many times, at least in our childhoods, like, the Braves just ran with it. Like, they won and didn't. They got one World Series out of like 30 playoff appearances.
Yes, literally.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
So, like, it's great to see, like, our team's actually at the forefront of this and kind of having the Braves right now in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still early. They could figure it out. For some reason, they're one of those teams that, players like to give them discounts to join them. They get these wild trades. Everything just turns out to work in Atlanta. So I'm not gonna count them out, especially after what happened with the Mets last year.
Oh yeah, well that's right. I was gonna bring that up, but I'll let you get there.
So, but we're like around that time where Grimace showed up.
Yes.
The Mets got hot.
Yep.
So that happened like a week ago.
A year ago. Okay.
A year ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Grimace showed up a year ago. A year and a week ago.
It was his birthday. Right before the weekend.
Wow. Who knew? Who knew that what that was going to kick off? Certainly not us here in Philadelphia, especially last year with the way the Phillies started. We kind of thought that they were just going to be a shoo-in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, end of August rolls around as we're creeping towards September. We're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
And
what is this, the Mets?
Dude, the funniest thing is, too, like, Diplo just threw out the first pitch,
yes.
and now the Phillies are hot. Could that be your Grimace?
Oh,
not that you need a Grimace. You're still a playoff team.
What's funny? You bring up Grimace. I was driving the other day, and what comes on the radio but Dancing on My Own.
Oh.
You remember that song?
Yeah.
I mean, how can anybody is particularly in the Delaware Valley forget about that song? But I was thinking to myself, I don't think the Phillies have a song right now either. And do they bring it? I have a couple alternates, but that song was something.
It was. Really was. There was magic in that team.
In that team, in that song. What's the
celebrations?
Mets song?
Meet the Mets.
Meet the Mets. Do they have they don't have like a
so we had the Oh My God song.
That's it. That was the
Jose
one
Iglesias, but now he's with the Padres.
Oh yeah.
But a fan gave him like a printed Oh My God sign in Padres colors.
Yeah.
And he told him to get rid of it. He's like, that's for the Mets. that's for J-Mac Customs,
Aw,
who created that sign.
yeah.
He's like, that will forever be a Mets thing.
Oh,
like,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, he's kept his word on that.
Yeah.
Even when fans give him a sign.
Yeah.
Because a video went viral of him holding the sign, and the way they did it was kind of like, you ever see the homeless things where the guy's like outside and they're like, hey, you want free food?
Yeah.
Sure. Hold my broom. And then they show it in reverse. So that's what people were doing with the sign, making it look like he brought it to the party. And
then he was giving it away.
Yeah, so like even Met fans were like, "Oh, Jose portrayed us like he said that was our thing," like blah blah blah. But the Mets now, they're doing this thing with every time they have a walk off, they put like a bucket on their hat, a double bubble bucket, and then also they have this thing where they're kind of stole it from the Phillies where they throw the water.
Oh
but they hold on to the reporter. And they
bring the reporter into it. Interesting.
Whereas like the Phillies, I used to cringe because they were breaking $300 headphones every time they did it.
Yes.
Like, and then you couldn't hear it. It's all waterlogged.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a network problem. That's so funny. Yeah. One of my friends, she's a reporter for the Phillies, so I know that she's been in the midst of that a couple times, and it's wild.
It is
absolutely wild.
Yeah, they're wild. I mean, both teams are hot right now. You know, I want to get into the news. Like Castellanos, like always finds ways to just have us talking about him, whether it's a tragedy and he hits a home run.
Right.
Some of his conversations, like off, being interviewed by even fans or whatever.
Yeah.
Just his takes on baseball and things to make the game better. The owners should be challenged, he said one day, kind of like the players are. Like if you're not performing, you could lose your team.
Yeah.
Like he likes those ideas. So he's always a creative, thoughtful, but speaks his mind.
Yes, he's very, 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 and I don't like the word outspoken because I just don't think that that's a good word in general. I think if you have something to say, you should say it, especially when you're a contributor to an organization like the Phillies, right? It's like we're kind of witnessing now, in particular, with the injuries that we've been dealing with. The fallout of ownership decisions and contract decisions and lack of cultivation of certain aspects of the team, such as the bullpen.
Are we getting served?
Is it time? Perfect, because I was just talking.
About
to talk about the Phillies bullpen, so this is great. Yes, here it is.
Thank you, Jill. I'm going to try to zoom in on this.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at these. Yes, we do. I'm going to move this. We'll talk amongst ourselves. Okay. All right. Just need some silverware.
I'm going full egg roll first.
They look insane. This
the fried
is so much
onions
food.
look insane.
Look at these. Look at this portion. These portions. Wow. And these are the appetizers. So let's go over what we got. I'm going to read it so I have everything correct, right? Okay. So right here we have the Reuben egg rolls? Do you see them on
Reuben
here?
egg rolls. Yeah, you're right.
Reuben egg rolls. And then we have the fried krepla. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Kreplach?
Yeah, kreplach.
Or la.
Yeah.
Fried kreplach with fried onions. Am I saying it right? Krepla? Right, okay. I just want to make sure. With fried onions, gravy, mustard, and Russian dressing. Like, stop it. Okay, and then we have the loaded potato latkes. They have sour cream, bacon, cheddar, and chives.
Bro.
Huh? Yes, the bacon is not kosher.
Are those plates supposed to be for us?
They might. Yes, thank you. We're working. Thank you. Oh, this is amazing. So, yes, I'm really, really excited to try this food.
And then, fork, knife. No.
We'll get it.
I'm excited. Sorry. No, like, look, like, with Castellanos, like, that's the type of player, like, I want him to be his authentic self. Like, his passion is the reason why he's a professional athlete. But yeah, like, he had to have said something really bad.
Oh, I mean, I have to wonder, the Phillies are playing the Marlins tonight, right?
Yeah,
so is taking
dub.
him out of the lineup tonight going to really hurt the team? No.
Right.
However, like, I agree. What he must have said must have been really bad. And what I want to know is who he was talking about. That it was so offensive that they were like, no, you're sitting.
Yeah.
Because was it
Might have been the Bat Boy.
Was it the Bat Boy? You never know.
No, yeah, it could be.
Was it a teammate? Was it
Had to be a coach. Yeah.
Right? Because would they? I mean, I guess in your opinion, do you think that they would sit him out tonight if he said this to a teammate?
No,
because like players bicker like that.
Yeah,
you know, like that's just what they do.
I think that's like kind of like I don't know how you could relate this, like chain of command stuff. Like there's certain things you can and can't say.
Yeah.
Players, I feel like they could say whatever they want to each other.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas like if you're talking to a coach who's like probably in his 60s, who's not making nearly as much money as you, like you got to be respectful.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was deemed inappropriate. Inappropriate comment.
It's crazy.
Although, look,
I love that it didn't leak out.
I love that it didn't leak out either.
Shows.
But what I also love is I do love myself a little like mid-season shake up, like the drama. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's a part of me that looks at something like that, you know, and thinks that at least there's some passion and intensity. Where for the Phillies a couple weeks ago, we weren't feeling too good. Yeah. Right? It was a little scary there. But I don't really ride the waves of baseball season anymore. I've been saying this over and over again. I don't do it. Because I knew, you know, we've 5 of our last 6 now. So it's like one of those things, you got to ride the wave. You got to ride the wave. Yeah. And now look how we're doing in Miami right now.
Yeah, I can't help not be on that. Oh, it's such a, I don't know. I would like to go, but it looks like it's in like,
a greenhouse?
Yeah, greenhouse or like somebody's apartment
It
building.
does look like somebody's apartment building.
like video games where like you played in your living room or whatever.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I thank God they got rid of that structure.
Yeah.
That weird home run thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was tacky. But I hate indoor baseball. Like I hate when it looks like you can't tell if it's a night game or a day game because they all look the same. Yeah. Like I like to know if I'm watching a game at 1 p.m. Like the sun's
that
out,
it's 1 p.m.
The shadows start coming out around 4. Like I like that stuff.
So indoor baseball kind of it doesn't hit the same way.
No.
Well, because
really
and then
ball doesn't carry.
The ball doesn't carry. You can't factor in those things, and I also think that that's why I love baseball so much. Is weather can factor in, and it depends on your execution.
No, yeah, you could have like 400 feet.
I'm like, Mike, I'm like, make it as difficult as possible for them to hit the ball. Then we'll see who the champions are.
Love it, love it.
Should we try some of this food?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. All right, I'm going for my crepe la.
All right.
Here we go. I'm going to cut into it right now. This is awesome, and it's starting to fill up here. Look, there's families in here. Everybody's ordering their food. Now if you walk into the Kibitz Room, you come in. There's a parking lot. You can park across the street. There's a front entrance, and then you come in, and then there's this giant dining room. You'll see the pickle bar on the right-hand side. In the back is the deli where they have all their meats and desserts. And then if you come to your left, that's where you'll see us broadcasting from here in the Kibitz Room in KOP. We're on the side. There's another full dining room. Like I said, this place can fit 250 people.
That's insane. Yeah. And they have a private room, too.
And a private room. They do private events. I know that they're going to offer catering. And there's just, a lot to be done. I'm trying to stall as I'm trying to cut this because I'm very, very excited to bite into this.
It's like an explosion in your mouth of just flavors.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here I go.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's good to eat while broadcasting.
Yes. Yes, that was in Broadcasting 101. Make sure you stuff your face at any given opportunity and then talk into the microphone. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? That should have been the lesson, but it wasn't. That should have been the lesson, but it wasn't.
I love it. Good ASMR for anybody tuning in podcast form. All right, it's just us chewing away. Dinner time, Powers. You're darn right. Shout out to the Kibitz Room, Diego. Heck yeah. Let's go. Dude, that food was unreal. And it just started. It just started. This is our apps, guys. Like, that's the problem. Like,
I know.
You come here, you come in on a Monday, you got food for the rest of the week by ordering one sandwich.
1,000%.
Kibitz came over to the iHeart Studios last week with just sandwiches, and I watched my buddy Kevin eat it 3.5 days in a row. Like,
really?
Yeah, that's how much meat was on there.
Wow.
I was like, you could literally just take sandwich bags and have lunch meat for your entire family of 6.
But you know what? That's honestly when I go out to eat now, and in this day and age, things are quite
very expensive.
Things are quite expensive, and you go somewhere. And right now I feel like a standard sandwich is like a standard sandwich probably starts at like $17,
Yep,
right?
easily.
Anywhere.
Yep.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm paying $17 for a sandwich,
Yeah.
I want to feel like I'm getting my $17 worth.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. For
That
real.
It's quality, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's what we're getting here for
And-
sure.
Yeah, and the other thing is the worst thing in the world now that food is so expensive. If you do forget your leftovers,
You like beat yourself up over it.
you really do.
As I'm
And,
talking with a stuffed mouth.
And most of the time, those said leftovers get thrown out 5 days later when you forgot them in the fridge. But if you
Yes.
leave them there, it's like the FOMO hits hard, and you just
I'm the
forget.
queen of that too. Well, you saw
No.
you saw my day today.
Oh man, it was.
And then I lost my
Yeah.
keys. I left my laptop this morning, and then I couldn't find my keys before we came here.
That was great. When you were like, "I got to get my laptop out of the car," I was like, "That laptop's been haunting you all day."
It's the third thing today. I lost the laptop twice. I lost my laptop twice, and then and then my keys. But they all came back to me. Thank
That's
God.
great. That's
Thank
great.
God. And we're gonna smile with this picture. Yeah. Yes.
Yo,
Oh, you're filming.
unreal,
Okay, good.
unreal.
Well, we're live.
You got it. These have you
You got to try the egg rolls.
You got to try it.
Egg roll.
It's my fucking
Hype.
dude.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reuben egg rolls.
My God.
Looks fantastic. Looks fantastic.
It's unreal.
All right, I'm trying the Lucky now. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing anything wrong.
No. Can't wait to try the Eggenoff.
The egg and off
We gotta make
sandwich?
that.
It's happening.
Comes with a side of Hanks.
It does. It always comes with a side of
I love
Hanks.
it. I love it.
I'm wondering what I should put on it. So obviously it's going to be eggs,
Right.
but then I have to,
What's
assemble.
the protein?
That's what I got to decide.
Yeah.
I got to decide, and I really need to think about it because if it's my name, if it's my sandwich, that's after my name. I got to talk to my dad.
Yeah.
This is like a family thing.
It's a big deal. It's a
My
big
dad's
deal.
favorite sandwich. Speaking of, it was just Father's Day, so happy Father's Day.
Aw, thanks.
We should talk
Yeah.
about what you did for Father's Day.
Shout outs to Peyton.
Yes, shout out to Peyton, Queen. Yeah, so my dad's favorite sandwich is eggs and green peppers with like ketchup, salt and pepper, some cheese.
So good. Like
Yeah.
a Western type omelet.
Yeah. It's just eggs, sauteed green peppers, maybe some fried onions, some cheese. So maybe we'll work with that. But how was your Father's Day? What did you do?
Amazing. I went to Wildwood. We had
That's right.
a Q102 beach tour stop.
I saw all the pictures.
At the inlet with Buster. Peyton made, I can't say her radio debut because she's always on anytime there's a microphone. So
Yes.
But she did a segment with Buster, but she was eating Funyuns. And she refused to stop eating them. And it's the most hilarious post I've ever posted. And Buster rolled with it.
Yeah.
But she literally would not stop eating.
Just crunching
so
away.
You would think, maybe I should take a break. And it's funny because she is that type of person. You don't interrupt her snack break. We're at basketball practice, and it was supposed to end at 8. And she turned around, and it was like 8:10, and we're still scrimmaging. And she just walks off the court and sits down. And the coach is like, "Yo, what are you doing?" She's like, "You had me till 8. It's 8:10."
Is that what she said?
Yo,
Good for her.
Yeah, the coach was
Woman
like,
after my own
she was
heart.
She was like, "Overtime's extra."
Good
I
for
was
her.
like, "What?"
And she's just like, I'm done. You said 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock it is.
Vince like, "Yo, you got to talk to her." I was like, "I will." Like, I was like, "Don't tell her it ends at 8."
I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
mean, that to her defense, it was done
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock. That she allotted her time and her energy.
She gets that from her mom because at an early age, the place we worked at was a theme park, and they found a loophole that they didn't have to pay us time and a half for overtime.
Okay.
So she refused to work past 40 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. So she would literally walk off the ride that she was working and just leave if she hit 40.
Oh, yes. That's
So-
definitely where
Yeah,
she definitely
yeah.
gets that from her mother. Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's funny.
I love that. That's so fun. Yeah, I went to go see my dad. My stepmother made dinner. We had meatloaf. It was terrific. Best meatloaf she's made in years. Shout out to my stepmother, Darlene, for the meatloaf. It was awesome.
We did more of the traditional barbecue on Saturday.
Yeah.
With Jen's dad. My dad's no longer with us. Shout out to Brian.
Aw.
BP. so we hung out with her parents and we grilled. Actually, my wife barbecued, which was weird. Like, she was like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, okay. Like,
oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I was like, all right.
Nice.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, so you got to enjoy. Did you get to, you were kind of working.
Yeah.
Saturday was your day. Sunday, you had to go down the shore.
Yeah.
But, the beach tour is going to be awesome. I'm going to be heading out down on my own little stop.
Excited.
Yeah.
With Hank's
Gourmet Beverages. I brought some today here to the Kibitz Room for people to try.
Yeah. And Jerry dropped off this amazing can cooler.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That was so cool.
He showed us some other stuff that we're going to have throughout the summer. Dude, we got some here. If you're in the Kibitz Room, come over, get some Hank's
some koozies. There's one.
Them.
Can I see it?
Oh.
Hank's koozies.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hank's natural soda, 0 sugar, 0 calories.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to a shore point near you. And the Kibitz Room, which is where we are at today. Eating all this delicious food. Oh, how did the Marlins get up? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I was infatuated with my food.
I know. Don't like that.
I got to try the potato.
Yeah, you got to try one of these. I'm going to try one of the egg rolls, too.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
My thing is, I don't know about you. Like, I find things I love.
Yes.
And then I only eat those things.
Oh, yeah, I do the same. I do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But one of my New Year's resolutions this year, I had 2.
Okay.
One was to actually order things that I don't normally order. And I'm not somebody who won't try food. Like, I said to Jess today, I said, whatever you guys want me to try, like, I'm here for it,
I'm just laughing. Number 2 would be funny if it was like shut things out of your life that you don't like.
That what?
No, like if you were like, 1, try new things, and then the next one was the polar opposite, like shut it down.
It was new food, try new food. Like if I go to somewhere where I always get the same thing, for instance, like I always order linguine and clams. Anywhere I go, if it's on the menu, that's what I'm getting. But I'm like, no, you've eaten linguine and clams 65 million times.
Right.
Like that's my grandmother's signature dish. I make it now. I make it all the time. So when I go out, I'm like, no, get something else. My second New Year's resolution was to watch Game of Thrones in its entirety.
Okay.
Which I haven't done in the history of Game of Thrones. I've seen the final episode.
Right.
I've seen a lot of the first season.
Okay.
It's something, and I know that it's good, and I know that once I get into it, but it's something in the first season. I can't, it doesn't like bring me in.
So Buster, same thing. So
Really?
I would love to do like a pod where I produce it, and you guys watch Game of Thrones
and then have
together.
like a live reaction.
Yeah.
I think we need to, because we could invite people who haven't watched it to watch it with us.
Or maybe have, or like
just rewatch.
Yeah. So the reason why I started watching was Francis Ellis from Barstool.
Yes.
He was doing a piano song about it, and it was like Game of Thrones on. So he would like play them, and he'd create lyrics to the theme song.
It was literally, it was the most popular show in the entire world.
Yeah, so we were late to the party, but I want to say like midway. And I feel like that was the best experience because we just had an insane amount of episodes to watch.
Yeah.
And then having to wait every Sunday, that last season, brutal.
Yes. I know. That was brutal. And I know people were disappointed with the last episode, which, again,
everybody's going to be. Like, Sopranos, like, it's always
I was thinking that there's no... What is one television show that can you think of off the top of your head where you've been like, wow, the last episode did it justice? Because I even think about Seinfeld. People were unhappy with the ending of Seinfeld. Yes, The Sopranos. I think people still lose sleep over that one. Yeah. It's like, what happened to Tony?
The diner.
What do you think happened?
Well, it sucks he's no longer here, right?
Right.
Because I would love, I like when actors and athletes get a little bit older and they become more available.
Yeah.
And you could ask them questions like that, because I would have loved his theory.
I know, to hear his thoughts on it.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he got nabbed.
You think he got...
I think so.
You think they took him out?
I hope they didn't take out the whole family, but I think he did.
He definitely got whacked.
Yeah, and maybe a family member would have taken on his role, and it could have been a rebirth.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Look, you never know. Well, what was the one that came out on Netflix with his son in it?
Yes, right.
But something in New York, right?
Yeah.
I want to say gang. That's not Gangs of New York, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they did try and do like a little reboot, but again, and also like
stuff never works.
No,
yeah,
it never
you can
works.
Never get lightning in a bottle twice.
No, especially with something like The Sopranos or even Game of Thrones, right?
Right.
Because if you
The
think
other
about it,
spinoff didn't do like it's good, but it's not.
It's not Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
My mother loved Game of Thrones so much. She said to me, she goes, "I wish I would have known the name Daenerys when I was pregnant with you." I'm like, Daenerys Eganoff. How about that?
No, it's got to be Natalie.
Yes. Yeah, so that was my other one. And again, eat food. I'm going to eat all this food that we have here today at the Kibitz Room in King of Prussia, where, look, people are piling in. These guys look hungry, don't they?
Oh, man.
You guys hungry? Yeah. They're hungry.
It's delicious, man. I don't know how, honestly, like, I'm more worried about not letting things go to waste. That was another thing. Coming from a family of 6.
Same.
Yeah. So like,
my mother would say, again, speaking of there are children starving in countries. You better eat all your food.
No joke.
So I will take most of this home. Trust me. I'll eat this in the office tomorrow. Everybody will be smelling it. Back in the office tomorrow. Good old Ballackinwood. Not far from here, by the way. So if you're
that was such a quick drive.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
Half hour
nice.
from Ballackinwood, about 40 minutes, without traffic from Center City, Philadelphia. Again, right near the King of Prussia Mall. The Kibitz Room, again, like I said, we've been talking about, but this menu is just stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked.
I want to know if the mascot has a sandwich. Speaking of people that deserve a sandwich,
what's
because I
his
want
name?
to eat the mascot.
Kibby?
Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna come in one day and be like,
cute.
"Can I buy Kibby?"
Yes, you should. Look, he even has a little pickle in his hand and an olive for his nose.
I love olives.
That's adorable. I love
Addicted.
olives too.
Pickles, olives, I could eat all day long.
All of the above. All the above. And they're all here. Yeah, and then the desserts too. Are you going to try soup?
I think so.
Okay. What kind of soup are you going to get? Look, they have like 65 soups.
My
They have matzo
God.
ball, chicken noodle, split pea, vegetable, French onion.
Yo, split peas, my go-to.
Is it?
I
Mushroom
love
barley, mishmash.
Do they have
Mishmash?
all that available? Like normally, it's like, what's the soup of the day?
Yeah.
And then one standard. No, they're like, yeah, we'll have all 12.
I'm a big soup gal.
Mm.
Yeah. Look, they have a soup flight. See,
We got-
like that's for somebody
gotta
like
do that.
that's yes, I'm definitely doing a soup
Yeah,
flight.
we
Like
gotta do
that's
it.
for somebody like me who like
Can't.
I'm very indecisive.
Mm.
I'm very indecisive, especially
Yeah.
when the menu's like there's so many amazing options.
Yeah.
So like a soup flight, like that's a healthy balance for me.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to
My-
decide which ones I
Yeah.
want.
My daughter's such a soup head that she makes us
Soup head, I like
Yo.
that.
heat up soup and put
Yeah.
it on a thermostat for school. Because like when I was a kid, and maybe
I did that.
Yeah, but I always loved when I had lunch money. These kids hate it. They like
Really?
Yeah, now it's like
They're
the
like
world
this.
is flipped upside down. The
Yes.
people who brown bag their lunch now
Yeah.
or bring their own lunch, like I guess like
Are they, like,
they're
the rich
considered
kids?
the rich kids.
What?
And then the ones that get lunch are like considered like, oh, your parents must not love you.
What?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is upside down.
It is,
I'll tell you what,
right?
I would have loved some lunch money.
Heck yeah.
My mom
I'm
was
like-
like, here's a tomato sandwich
Yeah.
on white bread.
If
Here's
that-
your nice slice of tomato
Yeah,
with some
yeah.
mayonnaise on white bread and a
Aw.
little bag of chips.
Yeah, bologna, mayo, and like two white
PB&J.
pieces of white bread.
Big fan of a cheese sandwich, though, not going to lie.
Yeah.
People make fun of me for that, but...
I'll rock a cheese sandwich.
Right?
We talked about this with Jess last year at
Yeah.
the Mets-Phillies game. I'll make a poor man's pizza at home.
Yes.
It's like English muffin, like a little bit of tomato sauce,
Yes.
and like provolone cheese. And I'll rock that.
That
And,
that actually sounds good, too.
Yeah, I should open
Very,
up my
very
own
Your own
pizza joint.
pizza joint
It's
next
like-
to this place.
It's like, sir, I got an English muffin. Like, yeah, that's the pizza.
Like, it's
tell
creative.
Portnoy, tell Portnoy.
Yeah, teleport night. One bite.
Speaking of people that don't know, like, out-of-town terms and stuff, when we were with the PGA for the Truist Championship,
Yeah.
the girl Lauren, woman Lauren from marketing, they kept calling so they were staying in King of Prussia.
Uh-huh.
Like, all their hotels were.
Yeah.
But all the golfers and them kept calling it the Cop. Like, yeah, we're staying at the Cop.
Oh, so they don't know.
And we're like, no, we don't call it that. That's weird. Like, stop calling it
Yeah,
that. We're like,
It's just KOP.
Yeah.
It's just KOP,
So
not
I
the
was
Kop.
I was like, yeah, please stop calling it the Kop. Like
Our new coworker Andrew, I noticed, and we were talking to him today. He's awesome. We were talking, and I realized, I'm like, there's probably a lot of terms that he's not familiar with.
Yeah.
Just like casual lingo, because he's from South Carolina.
Yeah.
It's different.
And
it's different
and
up
on
here
the
in the
reverse. There's some things he's saying. I'm like,
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I was like, all right, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Just body language. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, well, he was talking about some sort of like Shirley Temple in a can. So
that sounded amazing.
That did sound amazing.
Yeah, he sold me on that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, let's go to your house right now.
Yes.
Like, I'll drive.
Yes. Literally.
12 hours to get a canned Shirley Temple. I was like, let's go.
I would do it.
Nah, it's a great addition to our team. He's very exciting, and it's cool to introduce people to the world of Philadelphia. I'm
love
excited
it.
for that.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, for me, like, I don't know certain things, so I'm like, oh my God, we got to go ask Jeff, or we got to go ask Nat, because like I'm still 16 years in, and I'm still new. You know what I mean? Like, so
somebody once, I don't know who the person was, said that after 15 years in Philadelphia, you're considered a lifer.
Okay. No.
So you're stuck here for the rest of your life.
Oh,
I
yeah,
apologize about that.
I love Philly.
I apologize about that.
Like, it's so great. It's so funny. Like, the things you see in Philadelphia, you could never see in any other.
No, you never see.
Like, I watched a grown man eat horse poop. Like,
that was a
you
thing.
Never see that anywhere else.
Not our finest moment, but the Eagles won the Super Bowl for the first time, so he lost his mind.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Whatever.
I know. No, it's fun to me though, because I do like to showcase all the great things Philadelphia has to offer, not like the guy eating the poop.
Yeah. I do think it got really awkward, because normally, like, Mets are adorable. Mets are like, it's never like, when we were good, you guys weren't. We collapsed. You guys won the World Series.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, the Mets are going to collapse. It's cute, right? Last postseason, Game 2, that was the first time, and I don't wear my colors. I say this all the time. I don't celebrate Red October, but I respect it.
Yeah.
So I go in no colors. You know, sometimes neutral colors.
That's reverent.
Yeah.
That's very reverent of you.
And but it was like, they had the Philly fans after Game 2 winning on their home turf, and the way they lost Game 1, I guess they were extrally charged up at Xfinity Live after the game, and it was kind of, for me, I was like, I wanted a barf bag. I was like, dude, and like, so now I'm getting text from people telling me the Mets will never win again. The series is over. I was like, dude, we're tied 1-1. We took one at your house.
Right.
Like, you're coming to our turf. You're not going to sweep us. Like,
also, you can't hit the baseball, which is in the
especially
playoffs.
In a bigger ballpark.
In a bigger
now.
ballpark, yeah. So we might actually win this. That's what you should have said.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see anybody getting past first base here in the series.
So, it was cool to see, though, because it was the first time the Mets and Phillies ever faced each other in the postseason, which is remarkable.
I can
think about that.
I forget about that, and then you bring that back up, and that is wild,
right? And they've seen the Yankees,
right?
Which is even wilder.
That's even crazier. Yeah, that 2009 year.
That was like asking if you wanted to be kicked or punched in the face.
For you guys.
Yeah, for me. Just me personally. Just me. Like, no, there was nobody else I cared. It was just me. It was miserable. And, I'd get excited when anything happened that made somebody sad. And so I jumped on the couch. I think, and the one Philly fan told my mom I jumped on the couch. And I was like, dude.
Yeah, what?
I was like, what are you doing? Like, it was unreal.
That was unreal.
What
09.
was that?
Can you, all right, so, this is for the Philadelphia people. All your viewers and listeners know you. They know about you. I'm asking this question.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me I would like to know, as growing up in Brooklyn, right? Like, how do you decide between Mets and Yankees? This has always fascinated me.
So Brooklyn, it gets a little easier because the Brooklyn Dodgers were a thing.
Yes. Okay.
So the blue from the Mets is derived from the Brooklyn Dodgers, and the orange is from the New York Giants, which was also the San Francisco Giants. So,
love that. Okay.
So we lost both teams.
Yeah.
The Giants played in the Polo Grounds.
Right.
They moved to San Fran as a 2-for-1 deal. So L.A., Brooklyn, when the Dodgers moved to LA, they had to find other teams to go with them, and one of them ended up being the Athletics obviously went a little bit later, but them and the New York Giants went. So we lost the New York baseball Giants, the real New York Giants of New York, and we lost the Brooklyn Dodgers in one full swoop. So National League Baseball was gone. So 2 years later, they created the Mets. And so the blue from the Dodgers, the orange. So any Brooklynite is really a Met fan because their team's back, right?
Oh, okay. I got that.
Yeah, so it's National League Baseball versus American League Baseball.
Right.
And then also just the Bronx was always like, pompous and stuff. So like,
right.
But the crappiest part about all of it is like I understood it. My grandma taught me the history of the Mets, and I was instantly hooked as a Met fan. My dad worked for Goldman Sachs. He would get Yankee tickets and Met tickets. So it would be a Sunday Met game for four tickets. So my little brother would go regardless. Like he's like your little, he's your, he was my best friend. So like I would take him. The Yankee tickets were on the weekdays. My dad would wake us up in the morning and say, hey, you're going to work with me. And then we'd end our day at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you didn't know when he was going to do it.
Right.
So every night you went to bed thinking today could be the day.
Yeah.
And like back then you didn't look at the schedule like every 4 seconds like we do. But my brother realized when it was his turn to do it one day, he realized a week later when my dad's Jeep Cherokee, and he goes, hey, Dad, I think I'm a Yankee fan. And my dad, without missing a step, goes, great. I'll take you to all the Yankee games going forward.
No.
Because your brother, like, doesn't want to buy the merch, doesn't want to, like, he didn't want to eat his ice cream out of the helmet. But, like, I refused to do that stuff.
So you're loyal. That's
I'm
a good thing.
very loyal. Yeah, my brother was not. And he still went to every gosh darn Met game with me.
But he
got to go to all the Yankee games. And then he would bring me home a toy.
No.
Yeah. So I denounced the Jets.
Okay.
So because of this, like I sniped one of the teams that my whole family loves. So my entire family, grandpa, grandma, mom, you name it, Jets fans. I denounced them.
Well, that was a wise move on your part.
Yeah, go Birds.
You had some foresight. Foresight there with that debacle.
So that was a long convo, but yeah, it's cool. Like there's history, and I'm sure it's same with you. I want to reverse it now. Like, why Philadelphia? Why Phillies? Why so passionate about sports in general?
Well, it's funny. My family has been in Philadelphia. I did my ancestry. I've talked about this in the office like a couple years ago, and I got back to 1742 Philadelphia on my paternal grandmother's side.
Wow.
1742.
Whoa.
So before the Declaration of Independence, before the Revolutionary War.
1776.
Yeah. So my family, they're just pretty much indigenous Philadelphia people, and they were, they had the Athletics.
She dated Ben Franklin.
She did my great grandmother dated Ben Franklin.
She was the first influencer.
She probably was. Betsy Ross was actually, but I might be related. I might be related to her. You never know. But no, it's so funny. I didn't know until I got older that others, and I'm used to New York, right? Like I'm used to like the East Coast lifestyle. Like I'm used to New York, and I'm used to New York, Philly. Like that's what life is, right? Yeah. I'm like, life is just in New York. It's just a bigger Philly. Like that's where you go next. You go from Philadelphia to New York.
True.
It's bigger, right?
Yeah.
So that's my worldview, and like I didn't know until I was older, embarrassingly older, that people do not like live and die the way that we do in Philadelphia and New York about their teams. And Boston, it's a.
I think there's more frauds in New York fan base than Philadelphia.
Do you think it's because it's like a little bit more transient? Like Philadelphians, like myself,
right?
My father, we've been here forever and ever. It's like the people who live here stay here, raise their families here.
Here's what I hate about New York: the fact that the Knicks fans had to come to Philly to watch. The diehard Knicks fans had to come to Philly to watch their team because they couldn't afford to go to the Garden. Like
that's upsetting. That's upsetting.
And so Philly took it as, oh my God, they took over our team. We're a bad fan base. It's like, no, dude. Even if you charge them 4 times the amount you would charge yourself, it's still cheaper than the Garden, and they could afford to do it.
Yeah.
So like that turnpike, and also no tolls, like barely any tolls to get into Philly.
Yeah.
As opposed to New York, is like $120.
It is.
I would love, dude. Citi Field is amazing.
I've been there, and it is. I have to say, it's fantastic.
And we'll do something there too.
It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite ballparks.
But But you're like $200 in the hole before you park.
Yeah,
You know,
seriously.
like, it's
It's
crazy.
insane.
It's crazy.
Those New York
And
prices.
there's
Well,
nothing to do there. Like, there's no Xfinity Live.
right.
You're there. You're at the
there,
game,
and then you gotta
leave.
go.
Yeah.
I actually, my first time at Citi Field, I got lost, I think, on the subway. And I
Okay.
ended up in
Took
Queens
the 7 line?
somewhere.
Okay.
And then I had this taxi driver who was this, I
Sounds
would say,
horrifying.
elderly lady who was a bit erratic, if you will, to the point where I was like, okay, I think we're good here.
Actually,
Just-
it turns out I live here now.
It turns out, yeah, pretty much, and then left me out in the middle of Queens. But I figured my way out.
Yeah.
I was good. But Citi Field, beautiful. They have that view of the river, right? Is that what it is? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, you could see the
Can you
entire
see that?
skyline. You could see the
That's
the
it. Can you see
Hudson's
the
right there.
Hudson? Yeah,
Hudson
the
River's
Hudson's right there. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I
Yeah.
just was standing. I guess because the way that they have the
By
ramps.
the Coca-Cola corner,
Yes.
that ramp right there. Oh,
The
that
ramp.
view is it stops me every time.
Yeah, that was my I think
Uh-huh.
my only time there, and I just was standing there, and I'm like, this is
That
remarkable.
breeze is great.
Yes.
too. Like, also you'll lose your hat though.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I did.
Yeah.
It was,
Did
it
you
was such
chase
a
it?
bummer. I did.
Did
Like,
you?
Yeah.
I had to
And it
chase
was
my
like-
hat down the street
yeah,
last week. It was
and
so
then,
embarrassing.
Like, yo, it's the worst.
Right?
And like right now, like I'm not in the best shape of my life. I'm in a shape, but it's not a good shape. But so like I'm like huffing, puffing, trying to get. I felt like the fattest dude in the world, like trying to catch and the thing's flapping through the wind.
Right, you're like,
it's
yo,
got
somebody grab my hat.
It was like that bag that floated
Right.
in that movie. Like it felt like that.
You're trying to catch it.
Yo, it was awful. Like I felt like Madeline. Like
Yes.
is that another?
Yes.
Oh man, it was so awful. Like I was not. Yeah, it was not fun. So that bridge. Shout outs to Citi Field, but. The bank we're going to have so much fun this weekend.
I know.
I mean, dude, this stadium is built for big game action.
Oh,
just-
Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, Xfinity Live is
Live.
a vibe. Even just the tailgates. Like if you just tailgate and I'm not talking about you got to bring out food like this or anything. Like just a couple of drinks before you go in.
Yeah.
With your loved ones, like you can't do that in New York.
Something my provincial self did not know until I
Yeah.
started to leave the Philadelphia area.
It's
I'm like,
hilarious.
I'm like, what do you mean there's no tailgating? Where what do I do before the game? Where do I go? Where do I sit?
Yeah.
Can somebody just open their trunk so I can sit in the trunk?
Yeah, they frown upon it like 100%. You got to put it in a red cup. They mess with you it's not the same as here.
Yeah.
But if you do it with like their version of like Green Legion or Philly Sports Strips,
Right.
the 7-line fan base,
Yeah.
like they get like a tailgate that's approved.
Okay.
And
And then
that's-
you can go and hang out.
Yeah, and Darren does an amazing. Like you got to hang out with the 7-line one day.
Yeah. Okay.
Like yeah, you
I
gotta.
don't see. I don't know if I'll be accepted because
Well, again, just don't wear. Like we'll go to a neutral game. You know.
I have a low key Phillies charm that I wear
Okay.
because I got to represent somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
And it's okay. Look, here's my thing about fans,
Oh.
and I said this to you when I found out you were a Mets fan.
Yeah.
I don't judge people for their fandom
Yeah.
because
fair.
I would never want to go anywhere and somebody be like, "Why are you in?" Like, I don't care where I move to. I can move to Guam, which I've put out into the universe before because it seems like a lovely island nation. I could move to Guam and like they could have the best baseball team in the world. I
Right.
would never abandon the
I'm
Phillies,
just
right?
laughing. But God forbid if my daughter marries a Met fan. I'm just kidding.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm so scared of that. Like, there's so many things in life. Peyton can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
She can marry whatever she wants.
Yeah.
If she can marry a Philly fan, I'm going to say that. But if she turned her back, like, she better wait till I'm dead. Like,
Oh, no, so what? Who would you?
Yeah.
What, like Yankees?
no, like, for example, like, Jen was a Yankee fan.
Right. Okay.
Right? And when we started dating, she flipped to
Okay,
be a
yeah.
Met fan. And her dad was kind of annoyed.
Right.
But he wasn't a big enough fan to really care.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't watch. Like, he's just like, yeah, wear a Yankee hat. Like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Like, and a lot of Yankee fans are like that, so no fault to him. But it still bothered him.
Right.
Me, if that was Peyton, I'm not paying for the wedding. Like, that's, like, I would have...
You're withholding wedding funds?
My whole life is based off of Terry Collins
Oh,
saying,
but
you
your
got to give us
daughter's
a
in
shot.
love.
She knows the deal, though. We have a studio with Mets gear in it. I've had every Met player like on my show. She cannot turn her back. The minute I die, she can do whatever she wants.
Look, she's not gonna. I don't think she would.
I'm so scared.
I
There's
don't
things
think
that
she
keep
will.
me up at night,
No,
and that's
what.
it. That's
what you're like, no, my daughter's gonna be a fan of another team. No,
Like,
she won't.
You know,
she'll
like,
be loyal.
Yeah. You know, like they always have those memes or like videos that like the wife or the significant other has like a bad dream that they got cheated on.
Yes.
Like those are dreams I have. Like Peyton, like older, like in a Phillies dress.
In a Phillies dress, and you're like waking up like, no.
Yeah. And it does suck because I do share strong, like yourself. We'll go on social and I'll show her what you're up to and stuff like that, because I want her to see powerful voices that are female, like Frankie Darcell, yourself.
Yeah.
You know, anybody that you know, will put a positive Gabby from you know, the Children's Specialized Hospital and Carly. So like I always want strong, powerful female figures in her life. Alexa as well, her nanny, who's now a marketing genius for the Give Us a Shot network. Like all these people that, you know, and I want her to have her own voice. So I do want that. I just don't want her to be a Philly fan, like ever.
It's not. She's not going to. She's going to remain loyal. She's going to know. Look.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. For me, people, like how you're asking me, how did this happen? How did it come to be? People ask me all the time, how'd you get into sports talk radio? And I'm like, I didn't know that it wasn't a thing like it was, like it's a thing in Philadelphia anywhere else until I got older and into this business. And then I realized, I'm like, wow, it's in a lot of places in the country, like people aren't as obsessed with their teams as we are, you know, and it's just natural, and it's going to be natural for her too. Like just because it's part of your daily conversation, like growing up.
Yeah.
My dad would pick me up on Fridays. My parents were divorced, so that's fine. My dad would pick me up on Fridays, and we'd drive around, and we would listen to sports talk radio. And it would just be, and I would be listening, and he'd be telling me his thoughts, and he'd be like, "What'd you think? You watched the game this week?" It was like, it was nothing out of my life, and that also cemented my loyalty, because my dad would just be like, "This is what you do. This is who you are."
So
you know?
like.
I was blessed to be able to make it a living, you know, and somehow do it in my hometown, which I feel is so special.
Right.
But like, that's just part of who I was. And then when I landed in sports talk, I'm like, party on, Wayne.
Would you like, if like the person of your dreams like walked in, would you switch fandoms?
No.
For their good.
Never.
Good.
No.
Good.
Look.
That
There's
gives
one
me
thing.
hope for
there's
Peyton.
one thing about me, and anybody who knows me knows this. I'm loyal to a fault. To a fault.
Me too.
And with like sports, I mean, no. They'll have to find somebody else.
All
Look, sports are entertainment. Life is hard.
Would you swipe the other way if you saw like a Mets hat, even though it was like the person looked like, I don't know, a rock star or supermodel? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like you're like, oh my God, that's the best looking person I've ever seen.
All right, I will say, and I'm outing myself right now, I would never tell anybody until it got serious that they were. Oh
my God, I love it.
I'd have to sit like my father down and be like, why are you doing that?
Because like I do get, like, I almost understand like Bray sometimes says some things to me that makes me feel less of a human being because I'm a Met fan, and he doesn't mean it. Like I feel like it's like just he's conditioned that way. We
are conditioned, and here's the thing: full disclosure, I hate the Mets. Like I say that like but like from a fun rivalry standpoint, where I love to hate them.
Utley's Corner, like you guys have had a lot of success. At our expense.
Yes,
but,
and again, it's a fun rivalry. The Cowboys are like the biggest.
Such trash.
That's the most egregious sin, I would say.
I agree.
In like sports fandom.
Yeah.
Like I've dated Cowboys fans. It hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
You know, why do you think that is?
Filled with them. Like,
why do you think that is? I know. So if you're like a Cowboys fan in 2025, fine, good on you. But like, I hope that you have like good reason, because they're not America's team anymore.
They're still wearing like Emmitt Smith jerseys.
They
like,
are. They are.
Starter ones.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, let it go. Your championships are on VHS. You know, your Super Bowl wins are on VHS tape. Good luck finding a VCR to watch those.
I love it.
I'll just pull mine up on demand, or stream it.
Yeah, Cowboys
since the Eagles win was in 2025.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this season?
I'm excited,
You're
man.
excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. We have a lot of things in store.
Yes.
For both of us.
Oh, yeah.
Like whether it be some of our sponsors, some of the things that we're going to be doing, and it's just like football. Like, I mean, I look at this food and I think of the last time I ate like this was
like football season.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody at the office today, and I said I don't think of seasons in terms of like spring, winter, fall.
Never. Yeah.
I think of them in like for me, football season is my new year.
Okay.
That's my like New Year's.
That makes sense.
That's my new year because I feel like that's when the year starts. You have football, then hockey starts, then basketball starts. Baseball's coming to a close, but it's that sports equinox.
It's so insane.
Was that you and I who talked about
that?
Yeah, the sports equinox, right?
Yep, I love it. Yep.
So that's like my favorite time of year, but it's going to be good this year, and I'm excited because I feel like as high as the expectations are for the Eagles, I can't wait to see the competition again this year, and I can't wait to see what the Eagles decide to do when they do execute on this field.
Right.
And I'm hoping, that I get a little nervous because after 2018 when the Eagles won, things got a little wonky.
Yeah.
Things got a little wonky. Relationships started to fall apart. There was all these drama, all this rumors. I don't want that this season, because when you win the Super Bowl, everybody then kind of
everybody, they're gonna have a target on their back.
Exactly.
So like even the worst of the worst teams, the Giants, will try to beat you, right?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna. Yeah, everybody's gonna get gassed up like it's the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So you might lose some games that you would have won last year for sure, but I think the culture thing is fixed. I really do.
I do too.
Like the way they draft, the way they keep people on the team. We're at an event and there was two players that had animosity. Within a week, they were both off the team.
Yep.
So it was just crazy, and Dom, Big Dom is like very entwined into the morale and overall like just
synergy.
Of the team.
And watching Howie Roseman, I feel like I talk about him like he's like my brother, because
everybody does. It's so great. Or like an uncle.
He feels like a relative. I'm like, our Howie, his growth over the years. But that's what I was gonna say.
I love it.
Is I truly feel like that. He's learned so many lessons over the years that while on-field execution, X's and O's, play calling, scouting, while all that stuff is important, like he's got that culture down.
Right. Yeah.
And he makes no apologies for it. He'll tell you how it is, how he wants it, and if you don't want to be that, you're not part of the Philadelphia Eagles culture. And that makes me feel proud.
Yeah.
Is that he draws such a tough line like that, because if you're not getting along off the field, how are you supposed to get along?
It's over. Yeah, they've been team first. I've heard they scout like hardcore into these towns.
Oh yeah.
Like they try to find somebody to talk bad about the player.
Yeah.
And they want to talk to that person and really sort it out.
Right.
Like it's pretty intense, and I don't think anybody else is doing that. Like like some of their draft boards, like you scratch your head and then all of a sudden, it's Cooper DeJean.
I know, right?
Like it's just like it's crazy, man. And like for me. The outside looking in people, like Jamie from Eat Clean Bro, he was like, I'd put 1,000 right now that they're going to win.
He did.
He said that. So like everybody else thinks they're going to repeat. So like I don't think the fan base should hold them to that type of standard.
I don't want to see. My problem is, and people don't get this, like, because I'm a very calm sports observer. Yeah. But if I'm not calm, then I'm like, it's like 0 to 60.
I get it. Yeah.
If this is what will happen, like I'm doing with the Phillies. If I give myself that like
buffer,
we're going to win the Super Bowl again expectation,
it's over.
Then I'm gonna, especially because football is only 16 games. Like I can do it with 17 games, plus playoffs, whatever. I can with baseball. There's so many games you can like temper it, but with football, I'm a maniac.
Dude, September, I was rolling.
Maniac.
Yeah, it's September. I was like rolling my eyes at some of the fans because like. They wanted Hurts, isn't it? Like, I
can't do that. And also, I've been seeing some conversations that are going on in Philadelphia
already
on the airwaves, trying to rank Jalen Hurts. And I will just say on the record, it's the most asinine, ridiculous, laziest conversation I have heard in my life as a Philadelphia sports fan that there's anybody who is remotely questioning the Super Bowl MVP and his skill set and talent level.
If you want to compare him to somebody, compare him to like Kobe. You know what I mean? Like where it's like it's a whole nother realm of leadership, quarterback. The calmness, like to win in this city is hard.
It's
and
hard.
the fans are hard.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, you know what, I'm out. Like, you know, like and be like, I'm not coming back. And you know, and he's digested all in his own way. Yeah. In his own like weird, like he says things that are like sound biblical, like they and some are. And it's like, how could you not love this guy?
And he is measured, and that's what I want to see. I want to see somebody who's going to take those losses, you know, and not die because of them. Right. You know, and he doesn't internalize things. He's just like, okay, this wasn't good. What do I need to do to get better? What does he say? Rents due every day. Yeah. And he's right.
Amen. Yeah.
And so I just had to get that out there, that if you're listening somewhere and you're somebody who remotely thinks that Jalen Hurts is overrated or whatever, something wrong with him, then I think that somebody should shove a sock in their mouth. That's what I think.
Sirianni.
Because you shouldn't be allowed to speak on a microphone if you think that.
Sirianni shaving his head released pressure from the team.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was a smart move by him. He's like, I don't know if he did like just changing the vibe of the clubhouse, but everybody ran with that, and the other team got, you know. And then also like Brendan Graham mentioning that Hurts and AJ Brown weren't getting along.
Squabbling.
1 and 2 are having issues.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that.
No.
But they rose above it. You know, and it was just like a movie. Like that whole season.
The whole season was insane. The Super Bowl, the game was insane.
Yeah.
Everything. It's wild. It does. It's crazy having grown up here and living here my entire life, and then seeing not the Eagles win not only once but twice. So it's like you go into this and you're like, wow, now we've been contenders for the last 7 years, but now it's like, oh, we're really contenders. Yeah. You know, twice in 10 years. That's crazy.
Yeah. The Super Bowl itself though was kind of like euphoric because like it was weird. Like you're like, shouldn't be winning by this much yet.
I kept waiting for
something.
Patrick Mahomes to you know, just turn it on, like he did in 2022 or 2023. Yeah. When they played, he went out at halftime and everybody thought his ankle was broken, and then he comes back and he's tap dancing like Fred Astaire. Yeah. You know, he's like you know, doing like the whole jig. I'm like, what are you doing, Patrick Mahomes? You're supposed to be hurt.
That was one of the things that I didn't like about social media, because this team, like you said, just played each other 2 years ago. Yeah. So people were sharing like old interviews. Yeah. And like I was like, what's now? Like, you know, like I need to. I'm ready.
Oh my God, who's that?
Born ready.
Hi.
We got our first guest.
Oh, we have a guest. Oh, I'm so glad she's here. Oh, I know she's been so busy all day. She's fixing herself. She's been busy. Oh, you've been busy. Oh, my God. Hi.
Oh, my boobalai. Oh, hi. What are you doing? Did you get the crepe la?
Oh, I got the crepe la. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, what a mensch. What a
Wow.
mensch. Are you having a good time?
I'm glad you can make it.
Look at you.
I was worried about you.
Go straight to your tuchus. I'll tell you
I know.
that.
I know it is. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying to eat small portions over
Tell me
here.
about it. I have dreams of this pastrami. What are you eating?
So first off,
you get
the Reuben egg roll explodes in your mouth.
Boy,
Like,
my
it's like,
husband Barry raves about it.
I love it. I love it.
Don't get me started on my cousin Miriam.
And the potato.
Your cousin Miriam?
I'll tell you a story about what she did with a lock gun. It's a little X-rated.
What'd she do?
Well, you know what? We'll do that off the air. What else you got?
All right, so we got the latke, and then we got the crepe with the fried onions.
Oh, it's unreal. The gravy. The gravy.
What else are you gonna get? God. Talk to me.
So I
need
love
a
a Reuben, but I feel like I already had a Reuben, right? So what?
All right.
I want to try. Can I try some fish? What do you like?
I like the sable with the avocado. It's called the Kibby.
The Kibby. Let's go.
Yeah, it's named after my cat.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, the Kibby. Hold on here.
Whatever you recommend.
All right, you got the tuna melt. Chicken breast. Well, you know what? We should go real Jew. Hold on.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go
do
full
it.
Jew here.
Let's do it.
All right, brisket and turkey. You get Swiss, lettuce, tomato, onion, and then you got to do meals over the top desserts.
That sounds
now
great.
that is gonna go straight to your tuchus. Where the hell did I put it? Oh,
the
ask
Kibby.
for the rainbow cookie milkshake.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, whatever you recommend.
All right, I recommend
this
everything.
This is your show.
Stay all day and all night.
All night.
Yeah.
Will you cook us breakfast if we stay?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, honey. Just come right over.
How's it feel to be in King of Prussia?
King of Prussia. Look at me. I'm the queen of Prussia. I'm the Kugel queen of Prussia. Yeah, that's what you gotta get. You gotta get a Kugel.
I gotta get a
Kugel a day keeps the Yenta away.
A Kugel from the Kugel queen.
Kugel queen of Prussia. Get the Kugel. Do the rainbow cookie milkshake, and then top it off with a little kiss from Yenta.
Well, we love you. Did you get it? Aw.
All right, you guys have a good time.
We love
let
you,
me kiss
Yenta.
you too. Kiss you on your kepi. Mwah. On your kepi. All right, guys, you have a great time.
Thank you. Thank you, Yenta. She's a doll.
First 5 stars right there.
I've never met. I know you know her. I never got to
fan.
meet Yenta
Never met her in
before.
person.
No, I've never met her in person
huge,
either.
Huge fan. Follow her on socials.
I've seen her videos.
At the Kibitz Room KOP.
I should have known she would have been. She was here. I just didn't think she was coming because I didn't see her when we walked in.
I got starstruck. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
Like I had so many questions. Like I was gonna ask, like, can we eat the mascot? Like
right.
know, like all this stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Dude, this is unreal. Like, this is a family establishment. People have come out to show support. I know the journey. It was a stressful one for Jessie and her husband, but it's so cool to really celebrate what they have here going on.
Oh, my goodness,
and
yeah.
You can't, she is such a, at work, she's always happy. Even, she had surgery, 2 weeks ago, and she was back in.
She's a trooper, that one.
She's the real deal. Mm-hmm. She's the real deal, and she keeps us all happy.
Hard worker.
Speaking of that, she was at a grand opening for our client Gerhard's, and she killed it. She crushed it.
Yeah.
And the clients love her.
Good.
And now they opened the same week in KOP.
Oh, that's so funny.
So in September, we're going to do a huge party together, Kibitz Room in Gerhard's.
Oh, that sounds great.
Opening. Yeah, there's my little warrior.
There she is.
Yeah.
She's adorable.
She's hilarious. So there was an all-star team, right? And I favorite thing to talk about is Peyton, for sure.
Of course. Well, you should talk about her. She's wonderful.
She was doing one-on-one lessons to learn how to pitch and hit and stuff like that.
How's she doing?
She's doing great.
Oh, good.
But she didn't want to be on the all-star team this year because she realized she wanted to just stay in the lab. So she's like, "Hey, Dad, can we grab lunch?" And she had tryouts later on that night. I'm like, "Sure." She's like, "Can we go somewhere to sit? You could pick. I want to sit." So I was like, "Okay." So we sat down and we went to a diner. And she's like, "Listen, I don't want to play on the all-star team because I just want to get better." She didn't say mechanics, but she pretty much said that.
Yeah.
Her skills, and then take it by storm next year. And
wow.
she's like, "And if I still feel this way, I might not play after next year." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not pushing you.
Yeah.
Whatever you want." I text my buddy who was the coach. I was like, "Yo, we're out. She's going to stay in the lab."
Yeah.
But the fact that my 8-year-old wanted to sit me down side to side and talk to me just shows how much of a psycho I am with baseball.
No,
and she understands it.
I think it's really sweet too that she's so smart and thoughtful that she's like, "You know what, Dad? Not this year and not next year. I'm going to give it another year.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it another year and see what happens." She's like Zach Wheeler. She's like, "I might retire." No, Zach's retiring 2027.
Oh my God.
He announced that this week. I mean, he announced it last year when he signed his contract, and then
he did.
It must have been repeated, and then it made waves again. Probably because he's our only decent. He's not our only, but he's our.
Yeah.
Thank God he came back from paternity leave,
right.
and
I mean, think about it. He was one of 4 aces that were on the Mets, and he's still the only one. DeGrom's back now.
Yeah.
But comparatively speaking, from the Harvey, Syndergaard, Wheeler days, dude, and
what a
DeGrom,
time for you guys.
How was it? Should have been great.
It should have been great. Yeah.
It wasn't.
I know.
So
I know those seasons.
It's brutal. It's brutal. The other funniest thing is how much we've grown as a culture, because Matt Harvey, I was like, yeah, he's got a bloody nose and he's still playing. Now I realize it was because he was doing drugs.
Oh, right.
But back then I was like, oh, what a gladiator, what a warrior.
He's a man's man.
Yeah, he's a man's man.
Yeah,
that doesn't normal, your nose doesn't bleed that.
No, no, it doesn't. It's probably not from dip either. I would say no.
Yeah, and we learned how quickly he phased out. Man, it's upsetting.
I know, that's actually insane.
And we've had a ton of that.
I forgot. See, it's funny because clearly my wheelhouse
Is Wheeler.
is Wheeler and all the and all the Phillies and stuff. But then you bring up a name like Matt Harvey, and I'm like, oh, there was such a time where I remember he was such a force.
Harvey days.
And we were terrified of him.
It was every 5 days, like the Met fans had something to look forward to.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
must-see TV.
He was solid.
It was like Doc Gooden in his heyday, another guy that fizzed out too
Right.
early. Then joined the Yankees and won a World Series. Unreal.
I
But
hate that. Why does that
yeah,
always
it's
happen?
so crazy. It's so
Look at
crazy.
not that it's the same, but look at TJ McConnell right now.
You're right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Not for nothing on the Sixers. Now he's like winning with the Pacers. Like whatever, TJ.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Oh my God, you have another guest.
Hop on in. We have headphones.
Come on, sit down.
I got bribed with bagel chips.
Bagel chips.
Oh
right?
my
Don't you guys
God.
love bagel chips?
I love bagel chips.
The best.
What's your favorite bagels?
My everything.
I'm an
Like
egg,
everything? Like
Everything
all
bagel.
of them or an everything bagel?
And everything bagel.
Okay.
Yes.
an egg bagel.
An
That's
egg.
my favorite.
What's your bagel order?
If I'm doing I'll do an everything bagel with veggie cream cheese.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
It's my go-to.
No accoutrements.
Sometimes, if offered, I would do a salmon, maybe a tomato, slice of tomato,
Slice of tomato.
yeah. maybe some onion if I'm feeling crazy.
Maybe a cucumber.
A cucumber. Ooh, look at you
Sprouts?
living on the edge.
Woo! Gotta get your fiber in.
Got to get your fiber. Well, this is Marissa
Hi.
Magnata. Thank
Hi,
you.
guys. Hi.
How are you?
I'm out in King of Prussia. I'm like, what else am I doing?
Yes, you're here at the Kibitz Room.
Welcome
You got your
to the
bagel
KOP.
chips. welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Yes.
No.
What else have you tried so far?
Oh, I went classic tuna melt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I grew up on a Jewish deli.
Yeah.
I love a Jewish deli. Oh, that's a tongue twister I never thought of.
I love a Jewish
Likewise.
deli. Love a Jewish deli. Yes. I think I got it down. Love a Jewish deli.
Love a Jewish deli.
Love a Jewish deli.
Love a Jewish deli.
See? You can't say it like 5 times fast.
Everybody listening, try it yourself. I
So-
love a Jewish deli.
What
And
What-
Dr. Brown's.
you got a Dr. Brown's
Black
too.
cherry.
Black cherry,
Classic.
that's a good one. I just tried the celery soda.
How was it? I've never had it.
It was delightful.
Really?
Yes. It was a treat. It was a treat.
Would it be better with a little vodka inside?
It would be absolutely delicious with some vodka.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Cool.
But
She's
it
like,
was
I'll know that.
it was
She's like,
actually really good, and I was like, celery soda, I'm gonna try this.
I'm definitely like I've always seen it,
Yeah.
but I've just never tried it.
You never like you should grab it. Have it
Yeah.
with your bagel chips
Oh
later.
yeah, I'll do that.
How's your podcast going, by the way?
Oh my god, it's great.
Yes, Delicious City.
Delicious City
Yeah.
podcast. We do like one episode a week.
Okay.
And we just talk about
All the
Philly
foods
and all the restaurants.
Yeah.
And outside Philly as well too. I'll
Right.
talk about this in the next episode.
Yeah.
How about the James Beards last night?
I know.
We had Mon. Have you guys been to Mon?
No,
No.
not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
Come
We have
on.
We have a new. Do you know what Mon is named after?
No.
So it's not like rhyme with John or anything like that. It's the
Oh,
Cambodian.
MAWN.
MAWN.
Yes. No, I
Yes.
have not. I've seen the menu. I'm
Okay.
dying to go,
The
but I
old
haven't been
Kalia.
yet. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
It's named for. It's the Cambodian word for chicken, and it was a sign of peace when the chickens were out, when the Mon were out, because like the area was at rest.
Oh.
Like people would come out and like there wasn't turmoil happening
Yeah.
because the chickens were around. It was just a sign for that.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
where Mon comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I'm dying to try their stuff. I actually live really close to there, and their menu looks fantastic.
It's so good.
But I see. Of
mean,
course,
good.
I didn't know it was Mon. I thought it was Mon.
Mon. Well, it's
Mon.
whatever you want to say.
Like
it.
John.
Well, his new restaurant's going to be called Sow because that's how his mom says South Philly. Sow.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cute.
And that one's opening near Barcelona.
Oh, fun.
I'm here for all your food content, guys.
Yes.
Is that what you were
Love it.
talking
I
about
love it.
Yes.
when I walked over?
Yes. We're talking about food. We're talking about the Phillies. Now, Marissa and her family, diehard Phillies fans. How many, you and your dad go to every Eagles game, right?
I go to every Eagles game.
And then the Phillies, too. Don't you guys do the Phillies?
My
What do you
dad
do, opening
and I
day?
always do opening day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, can I tell you a fun story
Yeah,
about
sure.
the Eagles? So, my tickets for the Eagles are third generation. Grandfather, dad, myself. My grandfather, you know the old story about how the Spectrum roof
Yes.
flew off?
Yes.
Not many people know it actually flew off twice. It flew off, somebody came and fixed it. That flew off again. My grandfather is the one that came in and fixed it.
Really?
And so Mr. Snyder, went over to the event and was like, Mr. Colzer, we're going to get you some tickets to the vet. So my grandfather has had season tickets at the vet ever since then.
Oh, my God.
I mean, obviously since passed.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said obviously. Hey, cut that, please.
Yeah.
Cut that. No, he's passed. And then my dad had taken them over, and I took them over for my dad a couple years ago.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's amazing.
Wait, that's crazy. It's because he's fixed the Spectrum.
I mean, like that. I think like was like the.
that
it started
was
to
a
play out.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so wonderful.
I start to
unreal.
realize it, like, as I'm telling it, it sounds like Mr. Schneider was like, free tickets for life. And it was like, no, just come on over, pick some seats out, and you can buy them.
Right.
Oh.
He's got first dibs.
Got
right?
first dibs.
He got dibs.
Section 550.
Amazing.
There were good
Wow.
seats.
So, are you looking forward to this football season? I'm sure you are.
Stoked.
What did you do for when they won the Super Bowl? We haven't really caught up.
We haven't. Oh, I miss you. Hi.
Hi. You know Mike, right?
I
Of
still
course.
don't know.
Nice to see you. I know we just like jumped in like old friends.
No, it
This
was
is what I-
perfect. Like this is like I've checked our EQs. I've been doing. You guys keep talking.
Right.
Like I know when we're hot. This is money right here. So keep talking.
I jumped on a plane and went to New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh, so you did go to the game?
I didn't go to the game.
Okay, but you were in the
But
city.
I was in New Orleans.
How was it?
It was fabulous.
Was it? Where did
Yeah.
you go? Where did you watch the game?
Okay, it's a little bar right off Bourbon Street. You know what's really funny? Like when you're in a city, like I mean, the city got taken over, right? It was
Yeah, it was crazy.
Kansas City fans, it was Eagles fans. There wasn't much turmoil around because everyone was just like enjoying being in a different city. You're doing chants everywhere. You're saying "Go Birds," but a lot of those people were going to the game. So by the time the game was on and we just went to a bar, you're just at a
you
bar.
had space.
You're
And you
just
had space,
at
yeah.
a bar, and
Right.
like there's not many people around you like celebrating.
Right.
And it was such a blowout that by
Yeah.
the third quarter, the bar we were at turned off the sound
What?
because it was a boring game if
Right.
you're not tied into it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's-
of
yeah,
course
that's fair.
I was till the very end. Like
You're like, no, they're
I
gonna
get
come
kinda
back. They're
anxious.
gonna come back. That's
I almost like didn't want to say to jinx it. No, we already won.
That's
We're
what
good.
that's what we were just talking about. I was saying how you were just waiting for that moment
Yeah.
where like Patrick Mahomes does something or Travis Kelce does something, and that moment never came.
The best reprieve that I had because I thought they were gonna go into the locker room,
Yeah.
have a major 180 turn, and then just like come back and
Yes, like
throw
in
it our face,
2023.
right? Kendrick Lamar is on
Oh.
for the halftime show.
Yes.
These girls come running in off the street and they're like, "What? He's playing this?" And I was like, it was like all the energy
Yeah.
I needed at that moment to like calm down and enjoy the moment.
You're like,
So it was
okay, it's
fun.
gonna happen. I know. What a ride. I can't believe we're almost here. Another season is almost upon
Oh
us.
my goodness.
I know. And the Phillies now losing to Miami 4-3.
Oh,
Not
man.
great. Bottom of the sixth.
In minor league stadiums.
That's
What
what
the
Oh,
the
heck?
no, it's 5. Stop looking.
Oh, God. Every time I look up, it's something else. Well, they won on Saturday when I was there, so that's good. I didn't jinx them. They won every game I went to this year.
Do you keep track of that?
I have a mental note.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll stay away if like a
If-
team's hot.
Yeah.
And like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not going.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom has this thing where she goes, like, if she's watching a game at home, even if she's by herself, like, for whatever reason, she'll just get up and, like, go into, like, she'll be like, I'm just going to go stand in the kitchen for now. but, like, she won't do anything. She'll just go stand in the kitchen and then see if it changes, like, the mojo, and then she'll come back.
I love it. Yeah.
It's Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes.
I
pre-
mean, they
yes.
literally made a movie about
It
this.
Yes,
is.
pretty
It
much.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. Yeah. She does
Yeah.
the same exact thing.
Yeah. Me too.
It's the
Like
best.
I will change where I am. I'll not watch if they won the night before.
Yeah.
I'll blame myself if I didn't watch, like as if my extra viewership
Yes.
would have changed. Like it's the butterfly effect or something in my
Yes,
brain. Like,
yes.
oh, if I would have watched the game, they would have won.
No, I blame
Like,
myself
yeah.
for the Phillies' collapse against the Mets in the NLDS. I do because
That was you?
It was me.
It was
You
you.
know why?
I knew it.
Because
I knew I liked you.
I tweet. It was me. I tweeted out something. I was watching the game or getting ready for the game, and I said I'm stress cooking meatballs.
Meatballs.
Meatballs. I said I'm stress cooking meatballs.
And then they threw
won.
a bunch of meatballs.
No, they won that game.
Okay.
Then a bunch of people on the internet were like, "Now you got to make the meatballs every game." You know who didn't? Me. I
Oh,
did not make the
no.
meatballs.
Oh. Did you eat meatballs though?
No. So I totally dropped the ball.
Wow. The
Yeah,
meatball.
the meatball, because it was my fault. Everyone's like, you didn't continue to make the meatballs. That's why the Phillies lost.
Yeah.
right?
That makes sense.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Again,
It's
nothing,
just science.
nothing that has to do with the Phillies' lack of offense
Right.
or on base production,
Nothing.
lack of defense.
Yeah.
Fielding, like that. Nothing.
Do you think that layoff hurts?
The what?
Like where they, so obviously they get a first round bye.
Yeah.
So they don't have to play in the wild card.
Right.
So those extra, like it's almost a week off. Do you think that actually hurts the teams? Because the Braves do. That's why.
I think this year in particular, it's going to, I guess,
Be a little different, right?
It's going to be a little different. I think that it hurt them kind of. But this year, there's too many injuries for me to make a decision on whether or not. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
The wild card, like I just feel like everybody gets hotter, right? Because you're playing consistently.
Well, the momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you win the division. I think 75% of the time they get bounced.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts.
You know what I think is going to be the key to this season?
What?
That J-roll comment at the beginning.
Oh, yes, I agree. I love that comment. I loved it. I was like, he's right.
Do you not like it, Mike?
No, I do not. I'm a Met fan.
He's a Mets fan.
Oh, all right. I got to go.
She's like, and my time's up here. Remind him of what J-Roll said, though, before you go.
Oh, well, J-Roll, it was him and Bryce, I don't know the context of it. I can't remember. But he said to him, he says. He said, I said. So I says to the guy. He pretty much said to him, like, look, when we were playing, we hated always hearing and seeing the 80 guys.
Yeah.
Because, that was the highlight. Every time you'd play, you have a good season, you have a bad season, you have a good game, you have a bad game. It was always about the 1980 guys and Tug and everybody. He said to Bryce, J-Roll said to Bryce, if you want to stop hearing about us, you have to win.
Yep. Amen.
That's just
That's
facts.
it.
Facts on facts on facts
Yeah.
on facts. That's it.
That's a little fire.
And nobody will hold my heart quite like that 2008 team until they do.
That was also our prime time too.
I know.
Yeah.
We were such young little spring chickens.
But you thought you knew everything, right?
Oh, I was grown.
Oh my god.
I was so grown in 2008.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Shift sleeping at the time.
Yeah, same. I still shift sleep sometimes.
I mean, same.
It becomes part of who you are at a certain point in your life.
I love it. Oh,
Well,
man.
Good stuff.
Thank you guys for letting me crash your
Oh my God, no,
broadcast today.
well, I hope we get to catch up off the air at some point very soon.
How much
too.
longer is the
Yes.
show left?
I'm not sure, Mike.
Take a quick break, clear off our plates, and then get our dinner.
I'll take these home. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take these home.
But
There's no meatballs at home.
I'm like, don't throw them out.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. So you
Gonna
guys can talk.
wrap my appetizers,
And then we'll
be
wrap
back.
up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wrap and wrap.
How long was that?
We've been on for an hour and a half.
Without a break?
Yeah, dude, you killed it.
We didn't even take a single break.
Look at that.
It was an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm talking like I haven't talked.
See? It's like riding a bike, isn't it? No, I can't let this go to waste. Yeah, I'm like.
Put it in.
All right. As we wrap up our food, we're going to wrap up our podcast live from the Kibitz Room. This is insane.
Yeah, this is insane.
You'll never go hungry if you come here. I promise
No,
you.
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. And I know that they're offering us dessert, so I'm going to need to take a breather,
I know.
take a minute, maybe have some tea, and I'm getting myself a dessert. I am. I have to.
Yeah, maybe after we end, the Phillies will actually start playing baseball.
You know what? I think that's what they're waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
They're totally waiting. Yeah, they're totally waiting.
Move to the kitchen.
I got to move to the kitchen. Yeah, see? Do you see?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I got to go stand in the kitchen and see if it changes, because I don't really like the looks of this right now. Not to Miami.
No.
Not great as we head into the series this weekend.
Again, though, this is like a team that's getting gassed up to beat you, right? Like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is like
true.
their biggest game.
I
Like,
know.
You know?
You're right.
So, like, that happened with the Mets and their collapse.
Yes.
Like, they played, like, Miami, like, 9 times
Right.
out of 15. Lost every single game. Like, I was just like, the magic number's 1.5. I was like, oh, we got 15 games to win 1.5 games? Like,
duh, of
yeah, I was
course,
like,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
that's gonna
fine.
happen. Like, we got to win 3 out of the next.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay. Look,
hurts.
last year wasn't a good year for... Worse for me. Not as bad for you, but still bad.
Dude, if you're in the playoffs in baseball, like, you have to be happy.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
I
like,
agree. It's such
but-
a grind to get there, and
Yeah.
we'll have lots to talk about later this week as well.
I'm
once
excited.
the series is underway, because where are we going to be, Mike?
Live from Xfinity Live
Yes.
in front of Citizens Bank Ballpark.
That's so exciting.
it's so exciting. We're going to
Yes.
go into the game, too, for a little bit.
Okay,
Get
great.
some snacks.
Yes,
Hand out some hanks, maybe some tickets. and
that's right.
giveaways.
That sounds amazing.
So it should be fun.
yes,
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Well, shout outs to, our special guest. I don't want to say Yenta.
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 Oh, Yenta. It was so good. Nice of her to, take some time for us today. I know she's so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Extremely.
busy.
Grand
she's so
opening.
busy. Grand opening.
Kicking butt on social media.
That's right.
And just really helping us out and exploring the menu. This is unbelievable. We'll be back.
Yes.
This is a place, like I said, catering, bakery, you name it, breakfast, lunch, dinner, spend it with the Kibitz Room.
That's right. It's the Kibitz Room in King of Prussia, the new one and only family-owned and operated Valley Forge Shopping Center. So if you're looking for it, it's in the Valley Forge Shopping Center, 128 Town Center Road, King of Prussia, PA, 19406. Got that?
Got it.
I think we'll know where to go.
This has been so much fun.
This has been fun.
Like, on the break, you're like, we went for an hour and a half. Like, I felt like it was just like I didn't want it to stop. So
I
wasn't
forget.
going to stop you.
I don't stop. See, if you don't stop me, I'll go. I'll keep on going.
We'll just keep talking.
I'll just keep talking.
But
I'm a yapper.
We'll see you guys this weekend. This is the Divide Live. I'm Mike Powers. And this is Natalie Eganoff.
Eganoff. That's it. See?
I got it.
Now you
It
got
only
it because
took-
it's a breakfast sandwich now.
Only
That's
took
why.
a full year. Yeah, that's it. Like, we got to make that happen.
Yes.
I'm just telling you. Like, even if you just make it at home.
And then-
and
then put it out there to the
then
people?
we pitch it. Like,
Okay.
we come into the Kibitz Room
Yes.
with a plate and be
Yeah.
like, hello, fellow Kibitz.
Yes.
Like Shark Tank.
Yes.
Like, we'll just and then we'll go to like Chickies and Pete's and a few other places
Yes.
and try to sell them.
and see who buys it.
Hello, my fellow sharks.
Hello,
And we
my
just
fellow
have a-
sharks.
It's like,
Please enjoy the Eganoff sandwich. I need to work on it. I'm going to put that together this week.
Me too.
Going to put
Amen.
it together.
All right.
All righty. All right, Mike. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.